Hey everyone, Alodar here. Today I wanted to create a very simple to follow guide on how to farm Mauradon properly as a warlock. The problem that I've seen with several other guides out there, not all of them, but several of them, is they teach you a method that is not maximizing the amount of gold that you can make per hour. And I'm going to go through that with you. But I'm going to show you a way to do it to maximize the amount of gold that you're making per hour and how to farm the instance properly. And I'm going to give you every tip there is in the book in order to do this. And I'm going to start basically right from the very beginning. So if you're a warlock that's just learning how to do this, or maybe you're a warlock that's got lots of experience, but you're maybe looking for something that you might be missing, watch the guide till the end, and I'm sure there's probably going to be something that you might learn from the guide. The first thing that you're going to need, obviously, is the Scepter Celebris. If you don't know how to get it, please look it up on Wowhead or something on which quest you get it from and do that quest. You need this in order to do this. Also, you should have boots that have the minor run speed enchant on it. This is, I don't know how many warlocks I've talked to where they're having trouble on fighting Princess. This is a deal breaker for doing this instance. You need to have the boots of the eagle for doing this, all right? The third thing that you should have is if at all possible, you have a second account that you can reset all the instances so that you don't have to worry about getting somebody else to do it for you. If you've got a second account, that's great. If not, as long as you've got a good guildmate or a friend that can reset them for you, that works as well. Now I'm going to very quickly, if you've never done this before, running down to the instance is very easy. I'm just going to take you quickly through there as though you've never done this before, because it just takes an extra few seconds. Some people, like, they've never farmed this instance before, so they have no idea where they're going. Instead of running down the stairs, just jump over the ledge here, and then it's just up here around the corner. When you get to this point here, there's 3 different paths you can take. Take the one on the far left, or the purple path, and then you just jump over this ledge and turn around, and the entrance is basically right there. So you come down here. Now this here, you use your scepter and it opens up a little portal for you. Now as soon as I get in, I'm going to start a timer so that you guys can see how long it takes me to do the run. There we go. We'll start the timer. Now, as you're doing this run, I always start off with the imp. You do not need any soul shards to start the run at all. You will be using a Void Walker on Princess, so you will be collecting a shard or 2 at least before you reach Princess. This is the best way to do it. Make sure that you've got you're searching for any nodes that you can tap, mining or herbalism. If you want to maximize the amount of gold per hour that you're doing on this run, you'll have both. However, if you just have one or the other, that's fine too. I only have mining because I have engineering, which actually doesn't work out too badly with this particular instance. Now with mining, you want to be able to tap the mithril deposits. I don't worry about gold, the gold deposits in here. If you get some true silver or something like that, sure, I'll get those as well. But primarily you're actually looking for the solid stone. The solid stone is what's going to increase the amount of gold that you're making per hour. And some nodes, they can give you as much as like 10 solid stone just on one node. And a stack of 20 solid stone is selling on my server for around 3 gold. So just for a few seconds worth of work, you can make a gold and a half. It's very, very good money. So you want to make sure. I would strongly advise, if you were to pick either mining or herbal ads, they'd probably work out to about the same, to be honest. But if you can have both, then great. If you're really focusing on your gold per hour, I would have both. Okay, now once you get to this T-junction that I just ran past here, you want to stop collecting any nodes. Any nodes that are up here, like this one over here is a mithril node, you don't want to collect. You don't want to collect anything all the way down to rock grip. The reason why is because you want to get down to rock grip at a specific point when he's pathing along. As you know, when you reset an instance, as soon as you get into an instance, it resets all the mobs to a specific point, and then they start pathing. So you want to get down to rock grip basically as quickly as possible. Now, to make the most effective use of your time, this is what's going to dramatically speed you up. I tag Tinkerer here with an Immolate, Curse of Doom, and Corruption. Then I just start running. I let the dots do their work and just start running. I don't worry about him anymore. I just continue on. Make sure that these deep bores you do not aggro. You do not collect any nodes. Again, from that point, that T junction that I mentioned, you do not collect any nodes all the way down here until you get past Rock Grip. And this is going to make sense in just a moment here. So Rock Grip is almost always pathing somewhere along here. He's probably just coming up in just a second here, actually. I got down here pretty quick because there was not really any nodes up top. So there he is right there. So we've caught him a little bit early, but that's perfect because you always want to run past him. You don't want to tag him yet. You want to run past him and collect any nodes that are down here. Now this particular node here, it's kind of a good thing that I'm showing you this on this guide. This one here I will generally skip because 90% of the time when you try to tap that particular node, these will aggro on you and then it'll screw up your entire farm, your speed. I come down to basically the end, and quite often there's a mining node here and another one just over the ledge. Unfortunately, it was unfortunate that there's nothing there today. And there's quite often an herb node down there, a ghost mushroom. It doesn't look like there's one down there right now. So unfortunately, there was no mining nodes here. Now, as you can see, Tinker Gizlock has followed us down here. So again, I just dot him up. Now you don't want to get into melee range with him. You want to run around him. Okay, if he gets into melee range with you, he can actually do a significant amount of damage. So you want to kind of stay away from him. I just dot him up again, and then I kind of run back here. I already know that I'm going to be way ahead of Rock Grip. He's got to come back this way. Usually he's much further ahead because there was nodes at the beginning of the instance that I would have collected. This time I didn't though. So at this point, I'm just gonna kill Gizlock as fast as I can. And remember what I said about being able to collect shards as you're coming down here. So I got a shard there. So even if you start with no shards, you're able to do this instance. Now, usually I have more health and mana than this by the time I'm done this, but it's fine. Rock Grip is now right at about the point where we want to tag him. So we're going to run up here and see if we can catch him up here. Okay, so I dotted him up and I also put a Siphon Life on him as well, okay? That's actually pretty good. I'll be able to collect a bunch of health. I'll probably be close to full health and full mana by the time he gets back up to the top. Now, as you're running back, this is the point where you can start collecting your nodes all the way back, because it's going to take him some time. So there's a ghost mushroom that you can get there. Quite often there's a mining node here, so you can collect this stuff as you're running back and not have to worry about him getting back to where you're going to finish the kill for Rock Grip. Now, if we're lucky, Rock Grip will have aggro to Hydra as well when he comes back, so I can show you how to deal with that. But quite often he'll come back with no ads. There's another herbalism node that you can collect. You can be collecting all of these up until this point when you're then waiting for Rock Grip. Now, what you want to do is you want to stand at the edge here, just like this, okay? Put your camera back and you want to just kind of stand here so you can peer around the corner and see him as he's coming around the corner. Now, we've got a little bit of time, so we're gonna just sit here and wait. Again, we're probably gonna be pretty close to full health by the time he gets up around here. You've got your demon armor health ticking in, so we're probably gonna, I don't know, be around 3/4 health. We're just gonna have to sit here and wait for a few seconds. Usually if I'm collecting nodes, there's a couple of mining nodes or whatever, you're not waiting quite as long, but you get the point as we're sitting here waiting. Now again, we're already at about almost 7 minutes now waiting for him. At this point where we're waiting for him, you want to aim to be able to get all 3 bosses, so Rock Grip, Gizlock and Princess killed in about 12.5 minutes. Quite often it might take you as long as maybe 14. Here he comes around the corner here. I didn't see if he's got a Hydra with him. You wanna use Amplified Curse, okay? So there you go. I immolate, amplify, Curse of Agony, Corruption, and then I start running, okay? Now as he's coming up here, that's when I put another Siphon Life on him, and I just keep running. You can see he's already at half health. Let me pan around and see if he brought he didn't bring a Hydra this time. That's fine. If he does bring a Hydra, they're fearable. Okay, so it's very easy to deal with them. You can just fear them away. Now you want to make sure you keep them dotted up. Keep them dotted. No problem. Okay, run off the edge. And you're basically just doing a circle 8. So you're starting here, dotting them up down there, running them up here, you know, dotting them up around this point here. You can see he's already slowing down. So this is going to be a very easy kill on him. And it's very easy to stay away from him and make sure you get the kill. Now we're just going to finish him off as quickly as possible. Again, you can use your Drain Soul in order to get a Soul Shard, collect whatever's off of them, and at this point you can collect any nodes that you didn't collect going back to that T-junction. If you remember the T-junction, I told you to stop collecting nodes. So quite often there's a mining node there, there's an herbalism there, which you probably would have already collected anyways, and then there's another mining node right up around here, which there is, so I'm going to collect that. And quite often there's an herbalism node there. So you want to collect this stuff now because you couldn't collect it before because there was a bunch of stuff, because you want to get down to rock grip as quickly as possible, right? Now I just noticed that I missed a mining node down below, but that's all right. For the purpose of this video, I don't really need it. We're getting an unfortunate RNG. We're not getting any solid stone out of that node, so the mithril honestly isn't worth that much anymore, at least on my server. So really it's just the solid stone. That's what's gonna, and usually in a run you can get a stack of solid stone, which sells for about 3 gold on my server, so it adds up. If you're doing 5 runs an hour, you can, you know, get an extra 15 gold just from solid stone. Then if you add everything else, the mithril, the herbalism, stuff like that, that can significantly increase your gold per hour. So it's really, really useful to have this stuff. Now we're already at almost 10 minutes and we're not quite to Princess yet. So we're probably looking at around a time of 13 minutes to complete this, which is actually perfect, because if you were just to do the 2 boss method like they have in many other guides, I've said this before, some other guides just have you doing Tinkerer and Princess. You can do that in about 10 minutes, and because you can only do 5 runs an hour, it means that you're wasting 10 minutes at the end of that hour of not making any gold. And on top of that, you miss all the nodes for herbalism and mining from Tinkerer all the way down past rock grip, and you definitely don't want to do that. You're probably losing out on probably easily 20 gold an hour if you add rock grip to your run and run all the way down and collect those nodes, okay? So it's at this point here, you know, I've collected a couple of soul shards, so I don't have a problem using a Void Walker. It's actually really effective to use a Void Walker. The Void Walker I use to taunt Princess, and quite often Princess will keep running at me, but she will throw her boulders at my pet, which allows me to just keep running and stay away from her much easier. And so we immolate, Curse of Doom, Siphon Life, and then I send my pet on her, and then I just start running. And because I've got my run speed boots, usually I can stay ahead of her, okay? So right now my pet hasn't completely aggroed her yet, and she's still coming towards me. Oh, there, I've got my Curse of Doom on her now.
Too far away. I need to get closer.
There you go. I usually just keep away from her. I just keep my pet on her. He's doing a little bit of damage, not a significant amount, but you can see that she's not casting Oh, now when she does Dustfield, I like to stop and actually cast Immolate and reapply. And usually I'll call my pet back as well to try and keep him out of damage. But you can see she's throwing a boulder. I think she missed.
I'm out of range.
Oh, she's gonna come around there. Now watch as she throws her boulder. Let's see. Oh, she didn't throw it. So she's dust fielding again. Quite often she'll do that when my pet when my pet attacks her. She'll just stop and use dust field, and it makes it super easy then to reapply dots, and a lot easier to finish this. So you can see I'm right around 13 minutes now. Probably could have done it a little bit faster, but I've been kind of paying attention to finishing this guide. You can even collect a soul shard here again if you want. There you go. I've collected 3 soul shards and we're done. 13 minutes, 20 seconds. So again, I probably could have easily added or reduced another 45 seconds to get it done in about 12.5 minutes. That means you can do it 5 times per hour quite easily. And it dramatically increases how much gold you're getting per hour because you've added rock grip and all those nodes of mining and herbalism all the way down to the end of the instance. It's a much more effective way to do it. You can see just off of Princess alone, I got the Blackstone ring, which for those of you that don't know, this is pre-bis for warriors or any melee actually. So you can actually sell runs just to get this ring for like 20 gold a run if anyone's still looking for it. Sometimes you'll see people advertise for it. The best thing that I found to do is on your second account. So I'm going to loot this. On my second account, what I'll do is I'll advertise that I'm looking for something, that I'm selling the runs for that ring. And maybe, you know, once in a while, periodically, somebody says, hey, I need that ring. Tell them it's 20 gold an hour. They don't have to do any work, okay? Now, what you want to do in order to reset the instance is you want to /camp or type /camp so your character sits down, okay? It's going to take 20 seconds to log out. Then, if you've got a second account or a friend that's added to the group, make sure that second account or friend is the leader of the group. And you want to basically sit on that account and wait for that character to log out. There it goes, logs out. Then you want to go down here, you want to reset all instances, press yes. Your other character's logged out, you log back in, and you're going to be right back at the start of the instance in order to start it all over again. And again, the instance has been reset. I'm not going to do this for you now, but all the mobs, like I've said before, have started in their initial pathing or point to start their path. And they're going to be basically starting all over again. So what you want to do is exactly what I did before. You want to get all of your nodes up until this first T junction, and then get down to rock grip as fast as possible. And this is going to maximize how much gold per hour you're going to be able to do. Now, if you're asking how much gold per hour you can be expected to do for this instance, you're probably again looking at anywhere between 60 and 90 gold per hour. Again, 90 is on the high end if you've got herbalism and mining. Okay, so if you have any questions, please feel free to drop a comment down below, or even better, you can come to my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/Alodar. I'll put a link down below as well. You can come chat to me about anything that you want to know about how to make money on a warlock or a mage, or basically any other class if you're looking to farm gold, or anything else to do with World of Warcraft and gaming in general, basically. So if you want to come chat with me there, you can also follow me on Twitter. I'll put my link down below for that as well. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I hope you have a good day, and I'll talk to you again soon.